An early happy 250th birthday, America, celebrating tomorrow, celebrating all weekend here at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course as we ride with Miles Rowe in the Force Indy with Able Motorsports 99 car. Jack, let's take a look at the track map and what drivers are dealing with through these hills and this natural terrain here in Ohio.
Kevin, so many people love this racetrack at Mid-Ohio. Turn 1, it is so fast. If you turn in even just a little too late, you miss the grip. Not a great corner. You go up into turn 2, or as locals like to call it, the keyhole. So difficult because as you land there, the track drops away down to the longest straight that we have into turn 4, second biggest braking zone. I love this entire section through 5, 6, 7, 8, through the S's into 9. If you find yourself out of position, Kev, in turn 9, you might trace it all the way back into turn 4, getting close to the end of the lap, another high-speed corner through 11, finishing in the carousel, turn 12, huge bump right in the middle. That's what really unsettles those drivers working through the final left-hander of 13.
Max Taylor is the quickest here in the early going as times start to drop into a more competitive nature. Fastest time last year in practice 1 is a minute 11.0, so we're not too far off. All right, Jack's got out the crayon, and he's going to do some drawing now. What are we looking at? What are we watching for here?
I'm trying to, Kev. I'm trying to get it going here. It's not quite working the way I was hoping. Slight technical mishap there. It did work before we got on air. It looks like James Rowe maybe just caught a little bit of an oversteer moment in the middle of turn 11. Ended up having to take the grass on exit.
Alexander Kariba in the 75 with Junko's Hollinger right in front of him. And Kariba has a new teammate this weekend. Welcome back to Indy NXT by Firestone. Nolan Aller, the 24-year-old from Grosse Pointe Woods, Michigan. He grew up in the St. Pete area. He's born in Detroit, but has spent a lot of time in St. Pete as well before moving back to Detroit. We saw him last year. I think he missed one race last year. His best finish, 9th. Did a partial season in 2024. I ran into Nolan at Laguna Seca earlier this year on IMSA weekend. He was there driving a Ford Mustang Challenge car. So he's been venturing out, doing a few other things, but it was announced today that he's going to be in the 76 not only this weekend, but also Portland and Laguna Seca. Tomek Kaharchik, second in the championship coming into the weekend. He has been remarkably consistent throughout the season, is only 6 points back of Nikita Johnson. Same story for Nikita Johnson. Also, consistency. Each has finished every race inside the top 10. Let's hear what the 71 HMD team is discussing.
How's the general balance like?
It's like the rear is just super stuck. Like the rear is super secure. I can do like anything with the car. At the same time, like the overall grip is like really good. I can feel the grip and I like that.
That sounds positive.
I would say so.
Can you be stuck too much?
Yeah, because ultimately what happens with the rear is that stuck. It just keeps pushing the front in the middle of the core, and that's so often what we would just refer to understeer. You want the front to be fairly positive so that you allow yourself the ability to roll the speed like he's trying to do up in the keyhole in turn 2 without having to add a lot more lock or wait for the front to finally grip. So that's a really encouraging first step. Well, Kevin, honestly, what I call that is a one-problem car. For the team, for the driver, to know, hey, we've just got understeer, the rear's too powerful right now. There's a lot of tools that they have to try and fix that.
All right, we're into the nitty-gritty here. Does anybody have much on Nikita Johnson? That was identical to the top time in practice 1. And by the way, similar conditions. I know this on race day, I remember last year on Sunday. It was 91 degrees. So that's about what we're looking at here this weekend as we ride the PPG on board with Miles Rowe.
Hairpin.
I think we need to get the car turning a bit more for Miles Rowe there. You saw it in turn 1 and a bit in turn 2. He's waiting on the front. It's that understeer that we were talking about earlier. Maybe a little bit of more front wing. Try and get that car to turn. Georgia, what are you seeing down on pit lane?
Well, it's more of what I'm feeling. I'm feeling the heat down here. I just stopped by Firestone because you guys were talking about tire temps and just how hot it really is. And I asked them, what's the hottest you've seen the track this year, this season alone? And they actually said, right now, right this second, turn 4 is at 133 degrees. And that's the hottest they have seen this season alone. It's not the hottest ever, but it is the hottest for the 2026 season. And, you know, I don't think we've reached the hottest part of the day, guys. So it's only up from here.
Times are dropping. De Tullio into the 110s. De Alba went quicker. Max Garcia, Enzo Fittipaldi goes up to third quick. Nannini was just second a moment ago. It was Cape with ECR with a 1-2, and these are going to continue to move about throughout the final 5+ minutes of this practice session. As we check in with Lockie Hughes, who just went a 10th quicker. Let's hear radio from the 26.
How quick are tires coming in?
A lot quicker than normal.
Do you remember if the bottoming was any problem on cold tires?
Maybe a little bit actually through like before turn 9.
So I think he said tires are coming in like normal, not any slower or quicker, as Kaharchik went to the top there. Pole time last year, 1:09.7.
Our man Jack Beaton may have had a little bit of an off-track excursion. Let's see exactly what he did. That's coming through turn 9, just dropping a wheel over that curb, ended up just trailing through the dirt and the grass. Didn't see him really make any big correction. So I'm just going to put that down to exploring the limits of himself and his car, and maybe based off of that, there's a small adjustment they can make to even be quicker in qualifying.
Here is how it looks. Championship contenders, Enzo Fittipaldi still in the mix. Kaharchik is second. They're right there. What did we learn in practice 1, Jack?
How close it's going to be, Kev. When you see the top 10 separated by only 4/10, and in some scenarios, 100th of a second moving drivers up, it's just going to take maximum concentration for all the drivers, and whoever just executes the best, perfect, most consistent lap is going to be the difference. What you don't want to do tomorrow is have optimal sectors all over different laps.